Good morning, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Good morning, guys. I'm sorry about that. I just spilled coffee all over the place. I started the live, I started making my coffee, and then I spilled it, so I had to make another one. My bad, y'all. Oh, so anyway, guys, we're gonna get into this conversation about Olivia last night, and y'all already know the drill. The girl was in there whining and crying. It was everybody else's fault. Sorry, I had to snitch on you, Danielle. Why would Danielle and Nisi hate me? I'm such a great person. If I was a colorist, they wouldn't be my friends. Weird behavior. Um, Once again, some of the stuff I just don't believe. If she calls that receipts, that is not a receipt, boo. You flashing the screen real fast, showing us a conversation, not a receipt. You could have got somebody else's phone and you could have used the other cell phone you had and made those receipts. Like, why do people get mad when they get caught in several lies across years and years of lies and get mad when people call them a liar? Very strange. Okay, very strange. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Happy Monday, good morning, and all that good stuff. Okay. Guys, those of us who go here already know that this was all a plot to change the narrative. I don't want everybody talking about the X trafficking investigation that's currently going on. I want you guys to rail it back to one of my old time favorites, me and Gerard. How can you keep saying that it's about the kids, but never talking? 2 hours worth of discussion about you and Gerard. Good morning, Black and Bougie. Okay, yes, some of us still work for a living. All right, have a great day at work.
Okay, that's what this live is for. This is like closure for me when it comes to
Oh my God, you're
a
never
lot of
gonna
stuff.
close the
Okay,
case. Case is
and
gonna remain open forever.
yeah, I feel like I've held on to a lot of stuff, and for what? For what reason exactly? So we're gonna try to get through this quickly because the babies are napping, but they've been napping for a minute, and they're probably gonna wake up any minute. So, um, what's up though, y'all? Okay, my heart's like beating fast because I'm so sick and done with this situation. But like I said, I'm done. I'm done, and I'm done. That's all. That's it, and that's all. So, um, yeah. So I came onto my computer because we need to get the lights up. I came onto my computer so I can show you guys stuff on my phone. Okay. Okay.
Y'all,
So
do y'all see how heavy the bags are? It looked like sis been crying because she missed 24 hours on the. She couldn't even last the whole weekend. Girl, you should have unprivated that page Monday and really gave us something to talk about. 24 hours is all she could do because how can you guys survive without paying attention to me? It's all about me, guys. What girl? We had a good old time talking about everybody else but you. I don't understand why she is so obsessed over this man. He has moved on. You are on your fourth baby daddy. What is the problem, boo? Damn. Guys, I came to deflect and I came to talk about me and how I feel. We already know how you feel. The problem is a narcissist cannot take a L for shit. That is the problem. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, shit. Girl, she looks a mess. All right. It looked like she been crying the whole 24 hours. Oh no, they're paying attention to other people.
for the longest time, I've taken the blame for everything that's gone on with my kids and my that situation. Okay. And that's fine. I don't care. My own accountability and my my situation with my kids is my own situation with my kids. Um, but what I'm not gonna allow any longer is like this, oh, she was so damaging to that man and she did so much and blah blah blah, when that man played so many games, and we're not going to let it go. Okay. And why does this matter? Because he has my children. He's still a factor in my life, regardless of what you people think. But this whole like narrative that I did so much to him and blah 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 blah. No, he's just a really horrible person, and that's just what it is. But it's good because I don't have to deal with it anymore. Somebody else is dealing with it, but still. So one of the main things. Oh, we haven't got. Where are we at with the likes? People don't want you to be accountable. They want your misery on display. Well, that's not going to happen because I'm not miserable. And I've said this a million times too. I was unhappy with him and it showed. I'm not unhappy. I don't care what people believe. I don't care what people think. Um I'm you guys know how it is. Like I feel like whenever I talk to you guys, I'm always talking to women. Like I know you guys have been through relationships where you're not appreciated, you're cheated on, you could love somebody so much and then they just literally disregard everything you've ever done for them. And my situation played out publicly, and people think I feel some type of way. That's fine. You guys can think I feel however people can think I feel however they want me to feel. But the truth is last year I went through a lot. Last year I went through a lot and I made a lot of mistakes, but at the end of the day, I was trying to like do better and move on. And
How? How were you trying to do better? You don't have a job. Remember, you went to the fake job interview that I don't even think you had at Target. You pretended. Now I'm making an assumption. You pretended to have a job interview at Target. Oh, I didn't get the job, guys. How did you ever try to do your best? Liv, we're gonna go over this several times, but how did a person that refused to pay child support, that violated court orders more than one occasion, that kept their kids out of school, that emotionally abused their kids on the last visit? Not once, but twice. First, you attack Robbins. No, first you attack Antonisha and accuse Antonisha of doing something that we know goddamn well she did not do, knocking on the door. Then you turned around the next day because that just wasn't enough to feed your core, which is in hell. The core, like the core of the earth is hot. The core of your soul is on fire. That wasn't enough. I then turned around the next day and insulted my daughter's sports that she loves, that she's great at. That wasn't enough for me to just lie on Antonisha and make her scared and make her cry on live for the sympathy of the viewers, for sympathy and payola. Yeah, because that's what this is all about, guys. Guys, she is doing this not because she cares so much about her kids, not because she even cares what anybody on the YouTube streets are saying about her. This whole move is to deflect from the ex trafficking charges. That is it. That is all. It's nothing else going on here. That is why she's doing this. The woman cannot follow instructions sent down by the judge. She cannot do it. She is not capable. All she can do is change the narrative, because guess what? She no longer has control over her children. She barely has control over her life. She doesn't even have control over her own coochie. But what she does have control over is this platform. And so she's going to use it to change the narrative, to move the goalposts all around, because chaos and confusion is what she does best.
he just wouldn't let me. And I feel like he's never gonna let me because of, everything. But I never really like showed receipts, and I never really like showed the extent of everything that happened last year. And this year, I'm officially moving on from this whole situation that has been holding my life back. And not my kids. I'm not moving on from my kids. My kids. Oh, and I'll show you guys that text too. I let him know that whenever he allows my children to reach out to me, they can always reach out to me. And I will always leave that door open. But dealing with him, I'm not dealing with that narcissist anymore ever again. Not never even speaking. I will never speak to him again. No. Okay. So I want to show you guys. So you guys all know what happened from January to May. Was it May? April. The end of April. We were sleeping together. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Believe it. If you don't believe it, I could show you receipts on that too. But I want you guys to understand this is not because I'm trying to prove that. It's already been proven. My whole thing is I'm not taking, or it's not even like I'm taking, I don't care about taking responsibility for everything because that just means that I'm the person who grows from the situation. And I'm definitely the only person that has grown from the situation. But the way that people play with me about his family, about what he's done, about his play and things, about him reaching out to me, it's like, anyway. Anyway, where are we at with the lights? Linda, do you have a problem, babe? Or Lydia, whatever your name is, do you have a problem? Because if you're not one of my girls, you can get the fuck out the chat. Like, you guys act like you're paid to be here. You guys act like you're supposed to be here, or like somebody's making you be here. I don't even know because I haven't been reading her comments. Just my opinion. Continue to talk about him is only feeding his ego, and that's why we're going to be done after today. That's why we're done after this. But I'm closing this chapter of my life.
How many times we heard that? We're in what, year 7? We got to be in year 7 by now. I feel like last year was year 6. This might be year 6. I don't know. But the point is, we damn near a decade in, and she's still talking about this guy. You're still talking about your ex-husband. Good morning, Jackie. Still talking about this ex-husband of yours who you guys have been divorced. You had AJ while you were still married to the man. What are we doing here? Okay, since 2019. 2029 is in 3 years, almost a decade in.
So I'm going to let everything go. This is for me. If you guys don't want to be here, you guys don't have to. Yeah, I will. I will definitely move on. Like I said, if you guys don't want to hear this, you guys don't have to be here. It's like they get offended, like it's like you're all man or something. I don't know. But I'm definitely moving on after this, for sure. But like I said, we're gonna lay everything out on the table and then we'll be done. How does that sound, loyalty gang? My girls, how does that sound? Because everybody else who's not here to I don't know. Anybody else who's not here for the tea, you guys can leave. It's not really, you guys are not, like I said, nobody's making you be here. If I wanted to talk about this shit every day, that's my right, because this is my life. This is not y'all lives. This is my life. And if you don't like what I put on my platform, don't watch me. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. Yeah, and this is a part of me growing and getting past this situation, you know?
Yeah, this is a lie from yesterday. That she spent 2 hours
Oh, yeah, with the lights.
whining about Gerard, a man that is not checking for her. And if he was to use her, so what? Why do we care? Why are you still? And it was last November, but you guys act like it wasn't a big deal. And so I want to talk about it for 2 hours to make it a big deal, guys. Come on, guys. Act like it was a big deal. We don't care. You cheated with Gerard and now you're never going to let it go. So I'm feeling like some of this was to deflect, but another part of it was to rub it in Nisha's face, because even though we don't know if Nisha's ever watching, just in case she does,
Is this the
maybe
same
this can
day?
circle back around to her. Girl.
Okay. So I already posted this picture. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be petty. I did this. This is so funny because I did this out of spite. I did this out of spite. I'm not gonna lie. This is me taking accountability and being a grown ass woman about it. This was totally out of spite. But as you can see, Arlington, March 31st. 20. Can you guys see that? March 31st, 2025 at 11:52 a.m. And that's him and that's me. Okay. People are like, oh, it didn't happen. No, it happens. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's the timestamp. And this happened the same day.
Why is that picture so important to her? Why is anything about cheating with a married man? So Nisha did it to you, all right? Because I know she likes to hear that part. Nisha did it to you. Do you hear me telling the truth here? Nisha did it. Oh, wait a minute. She don't wake up before 1 p.m., y'all. My bad. Nisha did it to you, and you turned around and did it to her. What do you want from us? At this point, don't say, what do we want from you, bitch? What do you want from us? We don't care. You were the one that hid your channel. See, we go here. See, when I say we go here, guys, you'll get to know what I mean. I already told y'all that she needed some attention, y'all. She couldn't fucking last because, bitch, you ain't got no job like Craig. You ain't got no job. So you didn't have a choice but to turn this motherfucker back on because you don't have no money. This is how you get your money. Okay? You don't have a choice but to turn it back on. Let's be clear. You couldn't go. How are you going to pay that rent? Was the generational wealth going to cover it? Were you going to call Stella's alleged husband that I've never seen in my life? I don't know, guys. Maybe you guys have seen him. I've never seen a picture of Stella's husband. I'm not asking you to send me a picture. I'm not asking you to dox him. I'm just saying, where is this husband? She's going to call her stepdad to get some money from him. Girl, you are weird as fuck.
I posted this picture. This was the same day. So yeah, it definitely happens. Okay. March 31st. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, and this video too, because I don't know why AJ had my phone. AJ was recording. Here's another March 31st. This is all the same day. Wait. He's trying to cover his face. How sad. It's so sad. Anyway, we were on that couch. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's done. Okay, cool. So I went to Florida trying to get over the whole stupid shit that I allowed myself to do.
No, you went to Florida to go over there and act like you cared about. You went over to Florida to run a fucking play. That's what the fuck you went over to Florida for. Let's be clear. See, that deflection shit, that don't work because we know what the facts are. You went over to Florida being weird and to neglect the Web3. Let's be clear. You wanted to neglect the Web3. You wanted to troll the people and you wanted to get money and scam the people. That is why you went to Florida. This shit was weird, but everything you do is weird. When you lost your 3 kids and you decided to have replacement babies, that was weird. Okay? When you get pregnant every 2 years by a random ninja, that's weird. Okay? So we're not going to go into all the weird things that you did. You left the Web3 because you did not want to be, you didn't want to live up to your name, the babysitter. You don't like every summer that when you are babysitting your kids, that the Web3 are out traveling, going to different countries, going on cruises, having fun, hanging with other humans, something that you never do. Jen is in the comments supporting someone who is against gay people and hates themselves that they claim to be half black. We have no evidence of it. Okay? We have no evidence. She claims to be half black, but she literally hates black people. She literally hates them. Why do people want us to prove that they hate us when they say shit that obviously shows that they hate us? Bitch, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. Another deflection method. We're not fucking buying it, bitch, and we ain't going. You talk shit about black women when you have children that are going to grow up to be black women. They just happen to be black children. You're a piece of shit. That is just what it is. I don't want to sugarcoat it today. I'm going in, okay? All right? You're a piece of shit and you want to deflect from the ex trafficking charges. You don't want anybody talking about that. You don't want that dirt on your name. And yet you came on here and accused Chris of doing weird things. You're weird. I get to do it to Jasmine, but Jasmine cannot do it to me. Same thing when she called the police on Jazz. She can do anything she wants to Jasmine, but Jasmine better not dare try to drag me. Who the fuck do you think you are? You think you're exempt? Didn't you just get out of jail? So you know you're not exempt. But yet you keep drilling this hole only to jump in it. Why would you dig a ditch, a 6 feet ditch, just to jump in it? And have to climb your way out every time, year after year after year. Yes, let me see what you're saying. Hey, Southside, good morning. She feels confident in the Gerard lie because some people believe her. People never believe her, so she's not going to let it go. As long as people drag Gerard off her lies, she's happy. Weird. Exactly. Weird. Yes, please thumbs up the live and good morning to everybody coming in. Let's go.
I sat in it. I was stupid. I was dumb. Okay, cool. Fast forward. I come back to Texas. I forgot the date I came back to Texas, but whatever. Joey came out here in October. And I told you guys in October, I received this random ass phone call from a number I didn't know. And it was Danielle, his sister. Okay. And I didn't have her number on my phone. And I'm not trying to expose her or anything. It is what it is. This is what happened. This is what he did. And it's going to be known to the world. Period, point blank. So, when was this? Oh, wow. We had text messages all the way back in 2021. And then we didn't talk. Her and I didn't talk until October 18th. And he was contacting me from her phone. Okay.
So, guys, she doesn't want to hurt anyone. She doesn't want people to be mad at her, but she wants to expose how they were involved. But she doesn't want them to be mad. Bitch, you cannot have it both ways. Once you expose that I was involved in some shit, if this is even a real receipt. See, the way sometimes the people in the YouTube streets classify receipts, and the way I classify a receipt as what happened yesterday. Tiana was drinking and driving, and then I showed you the fucking video of Tiana drinking and driving. That's a receipt. I'm not sure what these weirdos on here classify as a motherfucking receipt. It has to be something that cannot be doctored. We all know that you can go in on your phone and literally change the date of a fucking receipt. Do you think we don't know that? So you think bitches out here running a whole YouTube channel and they don't know that you can doctor a receipt? We've seen it done with people in this sector, in other sectors. They have doctored receipts to make pretend to support their fucking lives. We don't buy that shit over here, boo. When you come with a receipt, it has to be real. We can no longer trust the text messages because the text messages can be altered. We cannot trust the text messages because we know that we're talking to a known liar. Hey, Mickey, good morning. Hey, Shelby. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Southside. Southside, you said just like they are spinning a narrative on Drew Anthony being a weak, useless man. I have no idea who Drew Anthony is. Who is that? People expect other people to act how they dictate. Gerard is collateral damage in this Hawks. I think I know who you're talking about, but I'm not sure. Is that the father of that boy? That's the father. I think that's who you're talking about. Deflection. Stay focused, everyone. CPSC. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Christine, let's go. Let's go. I wish she would shave her lip before going. Fruity Pebbles can't do it no more. Mickey says you notice every time something happens and she's in hot water, text messages magically appear. Uh-huh. See, and you know what? We'll do we'll take a left turn real quick. I can't watch. I watched a little bit of the Carmelo stuff, y'all. I can't go and dive into it because it emotionally drains me and it just infuriates me. People are gonna have their opinions, but as a mother of three black male children, I can't even do it, y'all. I want to be supportive. I want to go in, but it's so exhausting and draining for me, and I get so mad about it that I just don't even want to do it, y'all, because I don't want to do it to myself. You know what I'm saying? But I get that people got to talk about it, and I do want people to continue to talk about it, okay? But I just can't do it, y'all. It's too draining for me. People pick and choose what they want to believe. There are Nisha haters out here who want to bash Nisha, so they believe the lies to justify their anger towards Gerard. That is true. That is very true. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Hold on. The mustache is making an appearance again. Yes. Oh my God. All right. Let's see. She's losing all her followers, and this Gerard is you know what, Nene? Nene, we were talking about that last week, how her views were very low. So she has to stir up. That's why, guys, look, it was a whole play she ran. I knew what she was doing. Her views were getting low. The storylines are getting worn out. Her lives are boring. She don't do nothing. She don't go nowhere. We got to listen to her correcting AJ in the background 11 times. Kalani back talking her children up there talking shit. She can't control the children. We were watching a basic shit show. So then she had to control the narrative. She had to shut down the channel. She hid the channel. Let me be clear. Let me correct myself. She hid the channel, which anybody on the platform can do. This is not the first time I think that she hit her channel, or maybe Jazz hit her channel. One of them did this before. She wanted the buzz. She wanted to get that buzz going through the streets. It worked. People were talking about that. Oh my God, what happened to her channel? But she had a convenient excuse because she knew the investigators were there. So she hid the channel. Okay. And then people were saying in the chat, like in the comments, about how when I keep saying about the feds, okay, so some people say once X trafficking is talked about, the feds are pulled in. I wasn't saying, look, I don't know and I don't care, and thank God I don't know anything about. I don't really understand the law like that. I already told y'all I don't want to understand it, okay, unless I have to. That just tells you I don't deal with that shit. But what I'm saying is the feds were not at her door. So I want to be clear, because I'm not going to keep explaining this shit. The feds were not at her door. I don't know why people are saying that. I didn't hear anything about the feds. All I heard was CPS investigators. We're going to leave it there, okay? I understand that you guys are saying that, I guess the people that know about this, that the feds can be involved after those charges get dropped. Hey, Virgo Diva. So I don't know, you know? So, oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about these allegations. She knows she's about to get locked up. Good morning, Nation. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. So, whatever, guys. I don't want to, keep going over it and over it. All right, let's keep going. She's doctoring the receipts up, guys. She's getting them.
Okay, here we go.
The whole
no, this one's Friday, October 17th.
For us.
I don't want to show nothing. That's like, I don't want to expose nothing.
You already exposed the girl. She's saying,
okay, so this is when Joey was at my house and he was in the living room. I was in my room. This is the weekend I had the kids. This was the weekend that I celebrated Robin's birthday. Okay. I got a random phone call and it was Danielle. And I was like, oh my God, bitch, how have you been? Like, I missed you so much. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I still love her to this day. I love you, Danielle. I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with your brother who has done everything he's done. So I was like, oh my God, this is such a surprise. How are you? Like, I haven't talked to you in so long. And lo and behold, her brother grabs the phone and he's talking shit to me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We talked for a little while and then we got off the phone. Then she texted me and she was like, oh no, I texted her. And I said, I'm so happy you called. I missed you. And she said, I missed you too. You want my brother to come see you? I said, girl, no, I'm mad at him. And she said, he said, oh, and this was him texting from her phone. He said he about to come over there. I said, he tried to put me in jail, girl. Like, come on. I know I did fucked up shit, but he's taking it too far. And she said, oh no, he said, wait, I don't know who the fuck was writing this because it's so weird. But she said, girl, fuck him. How have you been? And I said, I'm good, living life. I'm happy to be back in Texas. You still love my brother. I said, I'll always love him, but he doesn't love me. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't have showed you that. But anyway, and I said, I'm cool with that. I just wanted him to be happy. You see that? And then she said,
So what you're telling us is because you wrote that see, this is how children think. Children think literally. Okay? We already know that Liv doesn't want anybody to be happy because Liv is miserable. There's no such thing as a narcissist that genuinely wants other people to be happy. The girl is so self-consumed, she cannot even take herself to sit down with a woman that is taking care of her kids day in and day out. Who in their right mind would not have a meet and greet with a woman who is taking care of their kids a couple times a year? Let's sit down and have dinner together to discuss the kids to see what I can do to help you guys out. You guys have a busy schedule with the kids. It's ridiculous. And then to say you don't want to out Danielle and the first thing you do is out Danielle, make it make sense. When you came to the YouTube streets with this storyline, you knew that you would be telling this girl's business or telling how she was involved in the scandal because she wants to, one, deflect, and two, I hope this information gets back around to Nisha because I want to cause chaos, confusion between Nisha, Gerard's sisters, whoever. No one cares about this bullshit but you anymore. We're tired of hearing about it. It's the same story over and over and over again.
or he said, he does. He's just dumb. And I said, the dumbest. I said, anyway. Oh, no, she said, anyway, what you been up to? I've been trying to get my shit together for my babies. We need to go out. I said, how have you been? How's your beautiful baby girls? And she said, I understand. We do need to go out. And she sent me pictures of all the kids. So cute. I said, they're all so grown up. And then we talked about Robin. And then she said again, here we go. Ah! Wait, did I show anything? Fuck. Oh, fuck. I don't know how to fucking cover it. Like I said, she doesn't live there anymore, but still. Isn't there a way to delete messages? I want to delete these two. There we go. Delete two. Okay, there, I deleted those two. Just so it doesn't show anything and you guys can't be like, oh, she's doing something. No, I'm not. Anyway, we were talking and then all of a sudden she says, my brother said he's about to come over. Okay, this was the same conversation. I said, tell him. I said, no. He said, why not? He got some tequila. That's what I said. She said, nah, he got Hennessy and some Hypnotic. And I said, I just left. And then I went over there. That was the night I told you guys that he was all over me, okay? And that was October 17th, okay, of 2025, okay? Yes, it was to you guys, it was so long ago. But to me, it wasn't so long ago because I'm living this. Okay? Okay, cool. So all that happened, Danielle and I still talked. And my whole thing is people always say, and I hate, this is the narrative that I hate. People are always like, you kept their family apart. You did so much to their family. I did nothing to their family. If anything, when I came around, I tried to bring everybody closer. The only person I ever had like a real problem was Kimberly, which is his other sister. Me and Nisi always got along. Danielle, we got along with everybody. It was his mama that didn't like me. Kimberly didn't like me, and his cousin. His cousin didn't like me. But whatever the fuck. I don't really care. But my whole point is, if I'm such a horrible person, why are these bitches still in contact with me, including Nisi? Why is Nisi still talking to me? Well, not to this day, because honestly, I kind of stopped talking to them. But I don't have nothing bad to say about them. I don't have nothing. I'm so over that part of my life. Because when I went over to Danielle's that night, Nisi was there. Danielle, he was there. And it was just.
You didn't have nothing bad to say? Because I remember when you got on here and you dragged this Nisi's disabled son, and you dragged Nisi as a mother, and her son had passed away. I remember when you blamed her for that. I remember that. We didn't forget. So for you, the person who's always in somebody else's business, who's always exposing people, and then wants to turn around and play a Karen all the time. Oh my God, they're picking on me after you dragged them and called them a fucked up mother. When her disabled son passed away, you dragged her. What are we doing here? And this is why no one fucks with you. This is why no one likes you. Listen, let God forgive. I'm not forgiving your ass. I'm not talking about Liv personally. Let God do that shit. I'm not doing it. That's just me, bitch. I'm standing on it till I die. And I don't give a fuck. You have to forgive them for you. No, bitch, you gotta forgive them for you. I'm not forgiving the bitch. Now, I don't have nobody that I'm mad at right now, but there's certain shit that people have done to me, bitch, I'm never gonna forgive it. I ain't gonna forget, and I'm not gonna forgive. That don't mean I'm gonna be like, oh, it's eating me alive. Bitch, I'm just not doing it. Everybody else can do it. I don't want to participate in that shit. And that's how I will be standing on it. If somebody talked about any of my kids and dragged any of my kids, bitch, I'm standing on 10 till I die. I don't give a fuck. I'm not planning on being nice to you. I'm not being cordial with your dumb ass. I don't want to be around you. But the thing is, she did it to other people. But she's always claiming that she's the victim, bitch. It's weird. It is weird.
Us kicking it. Okay. So, okay, cool. So that happens. Then him and I don't talk. Okay. Joey leaves. I'm doing my own thing. That was October. Now November comes, and I'm supposed to get my kids for Thanksgiving. But once again, he's playing games. And I don't even remember why I didn't get my kids, but he just didn't allow me to get my kids during the Thanksgiving break. Okay. So it hurt, but I was like, Olivia, you better set that shit up and don't show that shit that you're in pain. Don't show that shit that it hurts. Don't show nobody nothing. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I actually asked her, when the November break came for me to get them, it was my November break, and then I was supposed to have them through Thanksgiving. He wasn't responding. He wasn't answering, nothing. He would not respond to me on the parenting app. I said, hey, girl, I'm talking to Danielle. I said, hey, girl, please call your brother for me. Ask him, where are the kids? Ask him to answer the phone. I'm sorry to get you involved, but he's playing with me, and I'm about to crash out. Okay. And
so what were you
she
about
didn't
to
respond
crash
to me.
out for? Because do you guys remember the kids was over there? I don't know if y'all remember. She had that pink troll shirt on. She had that pink shirt. What's that guy that they beat up? And he's a hardcore troll, and he gets his ass kicked all the time. Oh, Snitch 9. She had that pink Snitch 9 shirt on, right? Y'all know the one I'm talking about. And she had her bonnet on, and she was treating the kids like complete crap. She was like, get Kailani, go get AJ, get Kailani a bottle, do this, do that. The kids cannot enjoy themselves over there because she keeps doing shit. She keeps harassing the kids. Shut up, Christian. Get that, Ryan. Do this, Robin. She wasn't even having a Liv doesn't even enjoy her time with her kids. How can you be mad because the kid's not over there when the kids come over there, you don't even spend time with them. You spend time on live talking shit to the reactors. You spend time on live going back and forth with people on the internet. So what is your point? Letting the kids stay up to 11:30 on a school night and then getting mad because Gerard won't drop the kids off on a school night anymore because you fucked that up too. Y'all remember when she was on the live, sitting on the bed, folding clothes? The kids were over there, and she was talking about she'll never have a car payment, but living in generational wealth, but can't even afford a car payment. And she lost her visitation because she not lost her visitation. Something was altered. Remember, after that, she couldn't get the kids on a Thursday anymore. She couldn't get the kids on a Thursday because she kept fucking up, probably taking them late to school on a Friday. All right. I'm telling you, she doesn't care about education, nor does she care about her kids, because if she did, she wouldn't have went to jail for non-payment of child support.
Until like later that night. And I said, oh, well, after I said that to her, she didn't respond to me. And I said, so you're not talking to me anymore? Don't just go ghost on me. And she said, no. She said, no, it's not that. I just don't want to get in y'all stuff. You don't want to get in my stuff, but your brothers put you in our stuff. Like, okay. And I said, he don't really tell me about what's going on with you and him. And I said, okay, I respect that. I'm sorry I even asked. She said, it's okay, I understand. Did you get the kids? I said, no. He never responded to me. I just feel bad because Robin called yesterday crying that I pick her up, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And whatever. That was on the 21st of November. Okay. He never answered me. He never responded to me. He didn't let me get my kids. And I want to pull up the 21st was a Friday. Okay. So I was supposed to get him that Friday. Okay. Then I get a ransom call for her on the 29th of November. The 29th is a Saturday. I was out doing Amazon. I remember exactly where I was. I was out doing Amazon. I went to Costco after I finished my shift. I was with my babies. We got some pizza, we got some stuff, and we came home. Then she called me at like randomly at like it was 6:06. No, first she texted me and she was like, let me make sure there's nothing on here. Okay. She said November 29th. Can I see that? November 29th. Anyway, she said, what are you up to? And I didn't respond to her because I didn't see her text message. Then she called me. Okay. And when she called me, she was like, do you miss my brother? My brother misses you. He wants to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, no, I'm not doing this again. We're not going through this again. So I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to talk to him. He just didn't let me see my kids. Are you good? I don't want to fucking talk to him. Fuck him. Anyway, later that night, he was texting me from her phone. Call me. Hey, what are you doing? Call me. That's not her. That's him. Okay. And then she said the next day, because that was the whole thing of that night. She said, my apologies about last night, because he was on her phone calling me back to back to back to back to back. I said, it's okay, girl. And that was it. December 2nd, she said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm good, actually. I had a really good day today. How about you? And she said, that's good to hear. She said, going good, but I know she said, I'm doing good as well. I'm just checking on you. She said, no, my brother's not with me. I'm home alone, just having a drink and making some food. The reason she said that, I said, laugh out loud. I don't think he was. I need a damn drink. But I think at this point, did I know I was pregnant yet? Yeah, I knew I was pregnant. Yeah, because I say it to her right here. She said, I'm drinking whiskey. You're more than welcome to come have one, to come have a drink with her. And she said, I just don't want you to think that's why I'm hitting you up, because her brother was with, because that's every single time he goes around her, he's blowing me up from her phone. And I said, I just found out I'm pregnant. She said, girl, what? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, all that shit happened. What happened? Why am I entertaining people who try to ruin me? I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for y'all. I'm not doing this for anybody. I'm doing this for me. Because when this chapter of my life is done, hey, Papa. When this chapter of my life is done, this chapter of my life is done. Come here for what? Yeah. No, we'll do that in a minute. You want your iPod? You just woke up, AJ. Wait, like, wake up for real. You just opened your eyes. He's like, come here, let's do this right now. Here, baby.
Y'all know what's said. This chapter of her life is never going to be done, and that's what we are realizing. She'll never admit that. She refuses to let it go. Exactly. It's old news. It should have been done, but she won't move on. She refuses to move on because of her mental illness. She got her claws still in that man. She thinks she owns that man. Not she said that he wants ownership of her. No, you want ownership of him. You lost the case years ago. Let it go. I'm not saying stop caring for your children, but you put yourself in a position where you can't pay child support. Later on in this live, she's going to say, I can't afford to pay the whole amount. She said that that's why she want to go to court so she can get the child support. I guess they can revisit the child support, reevaluate it, and lower her payments. And yet $700 is where this started. Gerard offered her, when she still had the kids years ago, $700. And she said, that's not enough. I want $1,000. And that's when paperwork started being sent to the courts. And ever since, it's been a shit show. And it's been a downhill spiral for Olivia.
No, it just feels good to get this shit off my chest. And I'm so sick of people like blaming me for everything, which once again, I don't care. That sounds immature, blaming me for everything. But like, as far as like that situation goes, when I came back to Texas from Florida, I was so fucked up after that whole affair thing. And not because so much, oh, I wanted him. No. Once again, I will always say this. I don't care about him. It's always been about my kids. 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 He knows that. Y'all know that. But y'all want to keep saying it's about him, like he wants to keep making it about him. He will forever think that he has control, power, something over me because he took my kids from me. But I told him no in November. And I will forever stand on that shit. And I will forever know that's why he's so mad. He's so bitter because I continuously turned him down. Even in October, yes, I let him touch on me and I let him feel on me and shit like that. But I didn't fuck him. And he just kept begging and begging and begging and begging. And I didn't do it. So, yeah. And I feel good about that. And as far as Niecy goes.
Wow. That's what in life you have to feel good about because you didn't cheat. You didn't become a permanent side piece to your ex-husband. If it is about the kids, why the fuck are we still talking about Gerard? Listen, guys, this is the same thing that happened with Jasmine. Jasmine wasn't mad about the accusations that she made about Chris and the kids. Jasmine was more mad because she was dragging Chris. Same thing with Liv. Liv says that it's about the kids, but then she takes 2 hours on Gerard's top. She wants to live on this hamster wheel. What is the point of this? What is the point of bringing this up? Like I said, deflection, and she wants it to get back around Tanisha. She wants to continue attempting to hurt that woman because if you think you're immune to the bullshit that's going on out here, imagine that woman has built up an immunity herself. Of really not giving a fuck. And she wants to cause confusion in that woman's life as well, guys, not just in the YouTube streets. She wants to cause confusion in real life and in this internet world. That's her job in life. She is a demon. She is a chaos demon. We can see it if all these, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Patty Ann. Patty Ann was windmilling so fucking hard in that chat. Girl.
Niecy and I talked ever since that time we saw each other in October. And I think it's so sad because people will continue to let a narrative go on. Like I'm the bad guy. I'm the horrible person because of what.
Now her and Niecy are BFFs. Now her and Niecy are BFFs. I don't know. I get that, people may think you have a good heart and all that stuff, and people want to forgive people. I would not forgive a bitch for, but that's just me. All right. I know we're not really talking about that. That's not the main topic. But it's certain shit you can't come back from. And that was one of them. Cause bitch, don't play on my motherfucking top like that. Cause like, we're not doing this. All right. That was sickening. I'm sorry. It was disgusting. And we all know that Niecy stands on business. Okay. If you don't know, all right.
Internet says about me. And people are so scared to be ridiculed. Let me show you guys. And like I said, and I'll say this again, this is not about shaming Danielle or Niecy, because I still have a soft spot for them, and I will always love those girls. But
now she loves people. See, she's trying to show them her humanity. She really has not an ounce left. She's pretending that she can be relatable. There's nothing relatable about this woman. There's nothing going on, guys. It's weird. It is weird. Right. What is she? That's what we trying to figure out, girl.
He thought he was slick, trying to do everything through Danielle, and I just hushed because I didn't want it to stop me from seeing my kids. But honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, not that I don't give a fuck anymore, but he's going to continue to play these games with me, and I'm over it. So, as you can see, Niecy and I want to make sure I'm not putting anything out there. No, I'm not. Niecy and I talked the same day, October 18th. I wrote her at 3:52 a.m. because that's when everybody left Danielle's house, around like 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m. And I asked her, did she make it home safe? Okay. And ever since then, we've been talking. Okay. I'm not even going to show you guys text messages because it doesn't matter. But for me to be such everything under the sun, I took their brother away from them. I did this, like that. We're not even nothing. And they still wanted some type of like sisterly relationship with me. So I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy how this internet will try to spin a narrative. And I've been just letting it go and letting it go and letting it go. But it wasn't on me. It definitely wasn't on me. I played my part in the shit. But this whole thing between him and I, it will keep going because he will never heal. He will never allow himself to get over us or whatever, me or whatever the fuck you want to put it. And he can never grow from it.
Your master calling me, trying to get me to see that he wants me to be with him, but he ain't the one for me. No, I don't want your man, cause I got it like that, and it ain't even gotta be like that. Your master calling you back, and I don't want your man. Your master calling me, trying to get me to see that he wants me to be with him, but he ain't the one for me. No, I don't want your man. Cause I got it like that, and it ain't even gotta be like that. Your man to be calling.
Girl, we don't give a fuck. It's all about he wants me. He wants to be with me. I told you guys, he will forever want to be with me. So, but he's not with you. If he wants you so bad, why didn't he divorce Nisha and come back? Because he doesn't want to. Because I know that Gerard has realized by now this girl is mentally unstable. All right? This girl is not all the way together. Who unravels for this period of time? Like I said, guys, everybody's entitled to some type of healing time, right? She said he won't heal. Excuse me? Even if, let's say, Gerard is the sick motherfucker that she claims he is. Okay, let's go with that. Even if he is, what the fuck does that have to do with you and the way you're moving over there? What does that have to, how does that intertwine with you having babies every 2 years by a new dude? Gerard just needs to give me about 15 years to get my shit together. Oh, so you want him to come back to you after all the child support is done. Once the kids are grown and he don't need your child support no more. That's when you want him to ask for child support? The kids are 21 now, Liv. It's time. What does she want from the people? That's what I want to know. Forget what we want from her. We don't give a fuck about you. We just like talking shit about you. Well, that's what I like doing because it's no way I can be invested in a story for this fucking long. Sis came up on here with 2 hours worth of deflection. Guys, I'm the victim. Let's talk about it. Okay. But how many times are we going to do it though, sis?
That's why he would continue to treat me the way he treats me, try to keep the kids away from me, play this whole fucking weird ass game that he plays. I'm just not playing it anymore. Huh? Your balloons? Okay, we got a bunch of balloons. I get what you're saying, but you can't be mad at people who see him for who he is. I'm the friend who's gonna be madder than you. Are you talking to me, Jayla? Yeah, I don't want to hold on to this shit anymore. And it's just, like I said, if I was so bad and I was so everything and I kept the brother away from everybody, that was such bullshit. I didn't keep him away from anybody. I encouraged him to be around his family. Yeah. Because I wanted to show stuff on my phone. As much as his mama hated me for whatever reason,
knowing what we know about her, we know that she did not encourage him to be around his family. She doesn't even understand what family is. See, because Liv, look, I'm not even going to go there. Look, you only have your mother and your sister. Where's your aunts? Where are your cousins? You don't even have look, I'm sorry. I understand that a daughter, 2 daughters and a mom can be a family, but where's the rest of your fucking family? Do you understand that your family dynamics are weird as fuck? All right. I heard about the aunt was talking shit about your mom, talking about how there's some weird shit going on over there, waiting for these houses that are to be sold, not even understanding how long it takes to get an estate cleared. That could take years. I don't understand what is going on. Like, what is the point? And guys, what is going on with the narcissistic victimhood mentality? That is what we need to ask ourselves. The narcissistic victimhood. I'm to blame for nothing, and you guys are responsible for it. Everyone else is doing something wrong except for me. Everything, the blame shifting that's going on here, that narrative has to stop. All right? She's using this as a defense to avoid accountability, to avoid saying, you know what? I fucked up. I've been stuck. She'll never go to counseling because she doesn't want to hear the truth. Liv does not. She is happy living in her bubble of bullshit. She loves it. That's why she doesn't have any real friends. Do you think if Jen was telling her the truth that she would be friends with Jen? If Jen said, you know, you're doing this to avoid accountability, you really need to be addressing these charges that are being brought against you. You really need to be addressing that and helping your subscribers or supporters understand what's going on with that. Instead of taking the time to talk shit about Gerard and Nisha again, to do the same shit over and over, why not own your mistakes? But you're over here rewriting shit, rewriting stories. That's what narcissists do best. Rewriting, turning the tables, showing us text messages that, oh, I just came out of, I unhid that channel. And now I'm going to make up some text messages or show some text messages. But I don't want to throw anybody under the bus because we're like sisters. With you as a friend, who needs enemies?
When we went over there for Mother's Day a couple times, I encouraged him to buy her flowers. Like, I was.
Do y'all really believe it?
I was an idiot. I was so stupid. I was so dumb. And then I just took the heat and the blame for everything for playing his game. You know, I got caught up in his game for sure. The cheating and the disrespect and everything. But before all of that, I was such a good girl and I just loved him and I just wanted the best for my family, you know? And that's why, you guys, it's important. Like, when you're in something.
Do you hear this shit? I was such a good girl who had thrush from giving somebody fellatio. Or were you the good girl that slept with the maintenance man? Oh, wait a minute. Were you a good girl when you were sleeping with Maurice and doing lines and hosting? Were you a good girl on the hosting trip when you were doing Coca-Cola? I'm just trying to figure out what time you were a good girl because I'm a little confusion about that.
So toxic like that, or you're with somebody who's so toxic, don't lose yourself in that shit. Because you will absolutely lose yourself and turn into that person who's hurting you. You will become that person. You will do what they do. And
so you're telling on yourself.
And at the end of it, I was just like destroyed. And no matter what
You're
people were saying,
destroyed.
I lost my kids for this reason, that reason, this reason, that reason. I don't care about none of that shit. I lost my kids because I was broken. I was a shattered
Excuses,
woman at the end of all of those games, manipulation. Look how he still plays with me. And you could say, girl, that was last November, girl. Okay, cool. That was last November. But last November was around the corner. It was just around the corner. Like, what the fuck? Just like in November, December, you guys were saying, please, girl, you haven't seen him since May. That was nothing. Like, no. What the fuck? That was like, are you good? Like no. That man would still be doing what he thinks he could do if he knew he wouldn't get exposed. And I will always expose it because you're not gonna play with me. You're not gonna play with me ever again in your fucking life. Oh, that's what I was gonna show you guys too. People were like, she told the kids to. Oh, you know what? I think I can't log in. Hold on. I don't know what is it called? Oh yeah, I can. She told the kids to never call her again. No, not at all. I said, I'm not picking them up. This was the last day that it was supposed to be my day. And I don't care what you guys say. You guys don't understand my situation. And we could stay here all day and we could talk about it and we could go through it. But I'm not.
That's the problem, that you never care. There goes the problem right there. Okay, guys, she's using a Darvo. All right, that's deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. All right, this is a tactic that narcissists use when you confront them. When we constantly call her out here on the YouTube streets, she denies the reality, which is she's a fucked up mom and a fucked up human being in general. She's not just that's what I want you guys to understand, the psychology of it. She's not just a fucked up mom. She is a terrible human being all around the board. This is my opinion. Okay? She denies the reality. Then she attacks the character of whomever she's arguing with, the YouTube streets, reactors, Gerard, whoever, even the kids. She does this with the kids as well. She did it with Robin. And then she flips the script so that she becomes the victim. Only she is allowed to be the victim. That's the end goal here. Only she is allowed to be the victim. Nobody else can be the victim because then she would get blamed for hurting them. Okay? She teases her daughter. Anybody that uses manipulation and attacks their own child, an innocent child, on the internet, on a live, is a sick MFer. Let's be clear. Oh, when you're playing football and you're running up and down the field, or the boys cheerleading on the side, that's funny to her. She finds joy. She probably busted a nut because it gets her going. You know what I'm saying? Attacking people, demeaning people, lying, starting shit, stirring the pot, all that is her. That's her jam. Okay. So she attacks Robin, right? Then Robin calls her out on it. That's not right. I know what you're doing. I know what you're saying. She denies Robin's reality by saying, "What do you mean? I'm just asking a question." Then she flips it. I was just asking. Now you're attacking me for asking you a question. See how that works? That's a sick motherfucker right there. You're sick. You belong in a mental institution. I think she belongs inpatient. Outpatient ain't gonna work. She needs to be in there taking her meds at a certain time every day. That is evil. After you just got finished lying on Nisha to allegedly. Robin knows that Nisha did not do that. But she also knows, let's flip that if she doesn't go along with her mother, there'll be hell to pay. She knows that. Okay. So it wasn't enough. I didn't get her good like I wanted her. She didn't. Oh, you know what it might have been too, y'all? It might have been payback for not dragging Nisha after she lied on Nisha. She might have been paying Robin back for not giving her the response that she wanted. Then proceeds, after she knows she's done with the Web3, to rub it in their faces by supporting AJ. I'm just a supportive mom. I'm buying him flowers. I'm buying him a toy. Girl, he ain't do shit but graduate from what do y'all call it? K3. Pipe down. He got 39 more years of school left. Pipe it down. Lying on the girl, saying she getting somebody to knock on the door. That Robin did not react enough. She wanted Robin to go crazy about that. She wanted Robin to sit up and call her. I don't know if you guys have seen that TikTok. Totally inappropriate. Where they're singing that song. I cannot remember what the song is. I'm gonna put my earpiece on and try to listen to it for you guys. But I want to tell you guys that this is ridiculous. This song where she's cursing and she lets Robin say the cursing part. It is sick. Who would encourage their 12-year-old child to do the cursing part on the song? A sick bitch. That's who would do it. The level of attention seeking and the me syndrome, the narcissism, the deflection, the blame game. I mean, it goes on and on. I've created a chart. Okay. Key traits: always needs attention, lacks empathy, sense of entitlement, manipulative behavior, cannot handle criticism, and plays the victim. She checks every single box. Let's be clear. She checks every single box. Not one, not two. Remember, in order to be diagnosed with a mental illness, you can't check one or two boxes. All of us are going to overlap in a box. Every last one of us. Some of us may be selfish. Some of us may play victim. Some of us may manipulate. But when you're checking every single box, that is what you are. And then what happens is we got the education about the narcissists out here. They use it to flip it on us. And now you're a narcissist. Now you're a narcissist now. Now Gerard is the narcissist. No, we know who the narcissist is. Deflection does not work over here. We've been watching. Nobody can act like a narcissist for 6 years. That's not how that works, boo. If Liv was capable of healing, because I don't think she's capable of healing, guys. At this point, if she was capable, it would have happened years ago. Come on, y'all. If Liv wanted to move on, she would move on. She wanted to have unprotected relations with these men and have babies. Okay, so she's able to accomplish that, but she's not able to get a GED. She's not able to complete nail school. She's not able to do anything because she uses these babies as an excuse to stay in the house and keep stirring the fucking pot. What part are we not comprehending? What part is, I should say, because I know Pine Nation understand, what part is unloyalty gang not comprehending? Nobody chooses to be a narcissist for 6 years. They are a narcissist. They're not choosing it at this point. At the beginning, it was a choice. Now she's trapped in it. She's locked on the hamster wheel of fuckery. That is where she remains. She cannot get off. When she pretends to interact with these kids, that is to show that she's a normal person to unloyalty gang. We know she's not normal. When she puts up these vlogs pretending to be a caring mom, Liv is not a caring anything. She wakes up at 1:30 in the afternoon, and every time she has a baby, that leaves her more room for more excuses, and it just goes on and on and on. She does not take accountability, and that is why she cannot grow. Any human being, you, me, all the adults, let's make adults. Even when you teach children that they can get away with shit, that's where it begins. And then when you cannot take accountability, you don't leave any room for growth because you cannot correct something that everything's perfect, right? Why would I make a correction when everything is perfect? That's how she acts. That's how she feels. That's how she lives her life.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I've been played with too much, and I'm not being played with anymore. Okay? He was calling me in April. I haven't seen my kids since April. Okay? He was calling me. I said, I'm not picking them up. Let them know I love them. I said, you win. If they ever want to reach out, they can. Let them know. I'm always here for them, and I love them. I just won't fight you anymore for the right to be their mother. Period. And I won't.
So as a mother, you're saying that even though you never fought for them in the beginning, you never really spend time with them when they come over, you refuse to pay your child support, you abandoned them last summer to run a scam, and now you're giving up on your children. But then turn around and say, I did something that she could never do, give birth. I don't know how fast that's coming. It might be right after this. She does not want these children. They don't fit with her now. Now she wants her children to all look a certain way. We're not going to go too deep. We're just going to surface it. She wants her children to look a certain way, the ones that are going to stay with her. She wants to get rid of all the blackness in her life, except for black peen. Yeah. Now that's not toxic. I don't know what to do. Like, you do what you want with it.
And I won't.
And she won't.
Why have I even had to fight this long? I never did nothing to anybody. I broke up with him. I tried to move on with my life. I was not allowed to move on with my life. I was supposed to keep chasing him, I guess, until my dying breath. I don't fucking know. But yeah. But if he knows that if my kids want to reach out to me, my phone is always open. But with a narcissist like that, you have to completely shut him off. Shut him the fuck off. Because he will always think he can come back and play these games with me. What, baby? And he only thinks he can do that because he has control over my children. So all this, you told him never to call you again. I don't know where you guys got that information from, but it's false. Okay? Okay, cool. Let me see this. He's the colorist y'all accuse her of being. Clock it. And that's my whole thing. If I make people uncomfortable in real life, not on the internet, how I tell these bitches to shove it and where to shove it, okay? But in real life, if I made his sisters feel uncomfortable, if his own sisters thought I was a colorist or I felt some type of way, why would she welcome me in her house? Why would she want to be a part of my life again? Why would Niecy, after everything Niecy said on this internet about me, which is proven that she was just mad and she was just talking shit. Okay, that's fine. We all get mad and talk shit. Me and Niecy used to be super close, and then the internet got involved and she let all the shit get to her head and she went against me. How people do. That's fine. But after everything, why would she talk to me again? In my opinion, their loyalty should be with the person he's with. Oh my God. So much has been told to me about that relationship. So much has been said, and I'm not going to repeat it because once again, this is not to bash his sisters. This is not to talk mess about them. Nothing. Those are still
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So why did you show the receipts? Why did you want now you want to, I don't only want to make sure that this gets back around to Antonisha. I want to cause a disruption over there in the Webb family. I want Gerard's sisters to be mad at him. I want Gerard to be mad at his sisters. Even though I can't touch him, I'm going to go on a roundabout way to fuck their dynamics up. So why are you talking about it? Because you do care. Because you are obsessed. Because you want to stir the pot. That is what you live for. That is what you live for.
And another thing, he don't even see Niecy. He don't even fuck with Niecy anymore. So the most he fucked with her was when I was in his life. Now he don't even see her ever. He sees Danielle though. But I'm just saying, like, you don't even fuck with her no more. So all of that was for nothing. Y'all did all that. Y'all did all that for nothing. You don't even fuck with her no more. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. But
how would you know that?
I've been told so much about so much, and I'm not going to repeat it. But it's a joke. It's a fucked up get Olivia back for everything she's ever done to me. Like, it's insane. You guys,
Oh,
that's why I
what
just
you're
had to
doing
like
to
step
them
away
now? Okay,
because
messy as
no,
fuck.
no, no. And I've taken so much. I've taken so much. Taken so much. But I'm not. I'm not gonna fight with him to be a mother to my kids. I'm not gonna fight with him anymore. Fight with him for what? Fight with him for what? Beg for what? Deal with this woman for what? I don't care how much the internet likes the person he's with. That's cool. You guys can ride for her to the day you die. Those are my kids. And I'm not gonna fight with this random person over my kids. I'm not doing that. I'm not fighting for a spot that was given to me by God. I'm not doing it.
Oh,
I never
let's go,
hurt, neglected,
Barbara.
abused. I never did
Let's
nothing to my
go.
children. And I'm not gonna let people play me
I
like I
don't
did.
either, Erica.
He can't even play me like I did because the moment I let him back in and sleep with me and be around me, he was letting me get the kids every weekend, every fucking weekend, whenever I wanted the fucking kids. So it's cool. It's okay. It's okay. Everything will be fine. I genuinely feel that way. But I was not gonna hold on to this anymore because it's not my burden to carry. I didn't call myself that night in October. He did that shit. He did that. He called me. He's the one married. He called me over here after the affair, after Florida, after everything. And y'all think he's the greatest man in the world. Okay, that's okay. You can think that. I don't think that. But I will continue to support my kids from afar. And when I can deal with my kids without having to deal with him, then
we've
everything will
heard
be
that
fine.
one before.
But I'm not kissing his ass.
Supporting your kids from afar is what you've been doing this whole time. Why start pretending like you're acknowledging it now? You haven't been buying them school clothes. You have not been sending school supplies. You have not been sending birthday gifts. You have not been buying birthday cakes. You live in the same state with your kids. Why would you need to support them from afar? I thought the whole point of you moving to wherever it is you are located now was to be closer to your kids. But now you're sitting here acting as though I'm going to have to support them from afar now, guys. Guys, just going to have to do that. Isn't that what's been going on the whole time? I've never heard her once say, I have saved up some money, guys. Instead of buying Kalani and AJ a bunch of toys and bullshit that they don't need, I'm going to start saving money. Guys, we all know as parents, right? School is coming up. It's June, right? I get school is over. We got July, August, boom. Y'all be back in August. We go back in September. Why wouldn't you say, guys, I'm going to be trying to run it up. I'm going to be posting blogs. I'm going to be doing A, B, and C. I want to run it up because I want to not only be able to pay my child support every month, but I want to buy my kids some school clothes, or I'm just going to do socks, underwear. If she was a real mom, I don't care if she didn't even do the clothes, guys. It's so much other stuff that kids need. Gerard, I'm going to do a book bag for them, for each kid. I'm going to do socks, underwear, and t-shirt, like tank tops, for the boys and undershirts for the girls. Or let me take care of the uniforms this year if they got uniforms, or I'll buy their shoes this year. You never heard this woman saying that, but she went summer shopping for Kailani and AJ 2 to 3 times, but never does anything for the Web3. Oh, because Gerard makes money. He has money already. I don't give a fuck. They're your kids. Don't you want them to be like, look at these book bags mommy got us? Doesn't that make you feel good? The answer is no. Liv doesn't do anything unless if it's nothing in it for her, she's not interested. She doesn't get a normal good feeling. You know how when you get your kids stuff and you get a good feeling out of seeing them open it or them enjoying it, or like, oh my gosh, I didn't think you were going to get this from me, mom, or whatever. You get a good feeling about that. But when these kids have nothing to show, this is my thing. And even if you don't have any money, what about supporting your kids in general? What about going to some of their practices? I get you can't make every single practice, okay? You can't go to every single practice, but like you saying, all right, I'm going to show up to one practice each once a month. I'm going to show up to one game each once a month. It's nothing. There's nothing here. But sitting on here ranting and raving and then trying to throw their aunties under the bus for what? For what? Girls, stop.
I'm not, like I told you guys, I don't even want to ever speak to him ever again in my life. I don't ever want to, and I've never felt like that before, but I don't ever want to see him, speak to him, nothing. So when it can be arranged that way, and I can just have my rights as a mother and just be a mom to my kids, then everything will be fine. We can do that. But this whole weird ass shit that he wants to do, he wants to have his cake and eat it too, and do this, and I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not.
But do you guys see the picking and choosing? And you know, I just don't get it. You choose to sleep with him so that you can see your kids. That wasn't about your kids. That was about the instant gratification that you got. That was about the satisfaction that you got of getting Antonisha back. That was not for the visitation of those kids. Let's be clear. That was for the instant gratification because she is like a man. And no offense to men. Men get a kick out of this. Is usual male. This is male behavior. I'm sorry. It's testosterone. Why do you ever hear women sitting around like, I slept with all three of them and giving each other high fives? We don't. That's not the way we roll. That's disgusting. You're a fucking 304. Just don't even tell me about it because now I won't be around your ass. She's like, yeah, I slept with her husband and now I'm getting the kids too. What? How is that? That's what's going on here? Because it's weird. It's weird. Girl, I don't get it. I don't get it. This is what, yes, she lies to herself more. Exactly. Yes, Miss Opinion. She's crazy. She's crazy. She keeps saying, yeah, because it's about the kids, but then going into 30-minute discussions about how Gerard still wants her and he'll want her forever. What? Okay, testosterone. Okay.
Anyway, let me see any comments because I'm about to get off. Do you guys have any questions? Because I'm going to get off of here. And like I said, we're not talking about this ever again. Okay? I don't care. My babies are about to have birthdays. I'm going to call Ryan for her birthday, and I'm going to call Christian for his birthday. And other than that, and I'm going to always tell my kids, I love you.
Where's the
write
birthday
my phone number
cake?
down. They can't even call me.
Where's the balloons? Where's the gift? Where's the gift bag? Where's the gift cards? Where are the things for your kids? I'm not saying that everything got to be big money. I'm just saying you can give kids. Where's Christian's phone? You lied to Christian and you said you were buying him a phone and you said, give me 60 days. Bitch, it's been 120. I know people that mama was on crack and they mama still got him a birthday present. And you allegedly are not on rugs. And you calling your child. Hi, Christian, happy birthday, click. What the fuck is that? What is that? Instead of buying those iPads, okay, and you know what? I'm not mad at her for buying her kids iPads. That's how those little kids have. They do that now, okay? They all have iPads. But why not buy another one for Christian? Why not order Christian's phone for his birthday so he'll have something to open up to let him know his mother hasn't forgot about him, even though he don't even fuck with you like that. That's what I was saying, Mr. Pitt. This is the last time I'm talking about it, but I'll be talking about it next month, and then I'll talk about it the month after that. She's going to talk about this shit until she is in the grave. She cannot. This is her point of living. I think this is the reason why she's still alive, is so she can talk shit about Gerard. I'm telling you, she gets a kick out of it. It gets her gear. It gets her going. It keeps the blood pumping through her heart. Okay.
They can't even say, Dad, can I call my mom? They all have cell phones. They cannot call me from their cell phone. They'll get in trouble. But I'm still going to give it that. I'm still going to give them my phone number. I'm still going to say, keep this phone number. If you need me, call me.
Hold on. What do you guys think about that? They'll get in trouble. Is it because you always trying to use somebody? Look at this freeze frame. That wasn't cute. Is it because you're always trying to use somebody around Gerard to get to Gerard? Because I feel like if that's real, they'll get in trouble. What is the conversation behind that? You better not call your mom. What? Or is it don't communicate with her without letting us know, because she's always trying to sleep with your dad. Like, I know they're not saying that directly to the kids. I just want to throw that in there myself. I know they're not saying that directly to the kids, but I'm just wondering. Hey, J-Day. Gerard bought them phones and iPads. She purposely took them from them and hid them so he couldn't speak to them. Oh, wait a minute. You talking about back in the day, right? I think that's what you're talking about. What is going on here, guys? What is happening? They're not allowed to talk to me. I wonder why, shit starter.
If they want me to pick them up, call me. If they need me to, call me. And if you're too scared to call me, if he won't allow you to call me, I'm sorry. That's on him.
Exactly.
That's on him.
Christian is the main one.
Am I ready to give birth? I will be. I will be very soon.
Yes, Catcher. That's what we're talking about here.
Thank you.
That's
Jen.
what's
Thank
going
so
on.
much.
I remember J-Day.
Yeah, we got Jen from corporate in here, and she will block you if you say something stupid. It's just not even worth it.
Wait a minute. It was a whole reel I seen about this, about how parents keep acting like it's the kids' responsibility to keep in touch with them. Now, when you get to be an adult, I do feel like you can do a back and forth. Okay? You can't be a fucking kid and talking about you 35 and it's your daddy responsibility is 75 to reach out to you. Let's not be ridiculous here, because bitches don't want to take accountability for that either. I don't do that victim bullshit that making it like your daddy. Bitch, you fucking 35 years old. I want to hear that shit. But it is parents' responsibility when they have underage kids to be getting in contact with them. Call through the app. Let's go. Call through the app. It's probably a court order that she's not even allowed to communicate with him unless it's through that app because of her bullshit, her manipulation.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this again in the nicest way because I'm so mean. Leave me alone. If you don't like me, if you have a problem with me, if you don't like how I deal with my kids, if you don't, just stop watching me. You guys are not paid to watch me. You guys are not forced to watch me. Just stop watching me. There's so many things you can watch on this internet. Okay. I'm done. I'm so like mentally done going back and forth with people. I'm so mentally done with people thinking that I am the cause for everything when I'm not. Like, yes, I played my part, but for the longest time, I've just been wanting to co-parent and get along. I don't give a fuck if he's married. I don't care. I'm so over that shit. I was over that shit once I had AJ. When I pushed out my son, I was done. And I know that AJ was born in 2022. But still, we broke up like in 2020. It took me like 2 years to get over him. I'm taking accountability. It did. It took me a while to get over him. But once I was done, I was done. The fuck? I wasn't trying to be with him. I give a fuck what fucking narrative you guys try to paint. That was not the fucking case. I was trying to be in my kid's life. And he knew. Taking my children, I would always forever have to chase him, beg him, plead with him. That's what he wanted. But I'm not. My babies can reach out to me whenever they want. They can come live with me. They can come stay with me. They can come anything. But I'm not gonna play that sick ass game. I'm not gonna play that sick ass game with him anymore. No. Are you ready to give birth? Oh, I already read that. You're moving to Delaware? Oh, moving to Delaware will be good for you. Delaware? Why Delaware? No. I can't, Ty. I know you guys like I said, you guys don't have as much, you don't have the feelings that I have in me built up. I cannot be in certain vicinities of people. I don't trust myself. I'm being honest with you guys. I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself. And you want to talk about don't let him take anything else from me? I'm not. And that's the way I'm not. Because I'm not going to be around people. I'm not going to let people antagonize me. I'm not going to let people try me. I'm not. Because I've been through so much. And now that I've been to jail and I see that, bitch, I can't survive. I'm scared because I might go back. But for a real reason this time. And like I said, this is very grown woman of me to say this and admit this, because I don't want to get caught up in any type of situation. You have to understand, ladies, these people are playing, and they've been playing with my heart, my children, not him. I don't give a fuck about a man. My babies, the babies I birthed, the babies I give life to. They're playing with a piece of me. They're playing with me. And they've been for years. And I'm going to let God handle that. Because God will handle that. I'm going to let him deal with it. Because if I deal with it, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone out of all my baby's life. So, I can't.
Don't trust.
I can't.
Let's be clear. She trying to act like she gonna tear, like she tough Tony, y'all. She's trying to act like she gonna tear somebody a new one because of her babies. No, you're going to sleep with Gerard again. That's what you don't trust. We can clearly see they're fighting and arguing. You like it because nobody's around you when it's happening, but in real time, you ain't doing shit. You ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. So stop. Oh, I'm pregnant. I was pregnant. You're always pregnant. That's another thing. She uses her pregnancy as another deflection. So when somebody get up in her ass or trying to get up in her face for doing something, I'm pregnant. I can't do that. I can't fight anybody where my kids are there. No. Yes, you can. Because you was talking all that shit. Okay, now we're not encouraging violence, but what we are saying is that's a lie. You're always trying to act like, because I don't trust myself, because I would be doing something to somebody. Like what? Like what? Tell us what you will be doing after you threaten Nisha. I still have that in the archive where you threaten Nisha. Nobody filed charges against you, Karen. But every time somebody does something to her, please, they're attacking me. I'm being attacked.
I wish that I could, but I've been mature for so long. I swallowed my shit for so long.
She's been mature for so long. Is this some kind of cool joke?
Literally, there's only so much a person can take. So when I was envisioning things and when I felt my shit snapping, I was like, reel it in, bitch. We cannot go there. We cannot go there. Because if I go there, then what?
A lie.
I lose all my children. So,
a lie detective determined that was a lie.
Just please understand.
A lie detective determined that was a lie.
I ain't got shit to do.
You guys probably thinking to yourself, bitch, I would snap years ago. Yeah. And if I didn't have AJ and Kailani, I would snap years ago too. Bitch, these children have kept me grounded, alive, and in the right state of mind. My baby's here. So God has a reason for everything. Okay. But like I said, I will continue to financially support them because regardless of if you guys think I have or haven't, I've been paying portions of my child support every single month. No, I cannot afford the full amount. That's already been said. I will be going back to court to revise my child support very soon. But until that happens, I'm paying on it, and I will continue to pay on it until I get it revised, and then I'll pay the full amount. And then when my kids grow the strength and grow the courage to reach out to me and be like, this is not okay, I want my mom in my life.
Did you hear this? Look at the responsibility she's putting on children. When my kids get the courage to say, I want my shitty ass mom in my life because she's harassing me, she's embarrassing me online, she's talking about none of my kids can be who they are, not my kids. You think I'm going to let my kids be a part of the community? I'm gonna just, like I said, this is a message for people out there with young kids. If you got young kids, please don't speak too soon, okay? Because all the people that got all these problems with the LGBT community, and then their kids be a part of the LGBT community, keep that same energy. And that's why these people are unaliving themselves. Don't do it. Don't worry about what people doing in their bedroom. It's none of your business. You don't have to agree with it because it ain't your business. That makes it easy. This makes it easier for you not to agree with it. It's not you. They're not asking you to put a camera on them. They're not asking for your permission because they're gonna do it without your consent. That's why they created birth control. That's why they created condoms. You do not have, and that is why I cannot understand for the life of me why Jen is still over there supporting this nonsense when she has clearly spoken against Black people. The streets told me Jen had a Black girlfriend. This is what the streets told me. I've never seen the proof. Jen has a Black girlfriend. She's against the Black community. Jen is LGBT. Why would Jen? So is Jen a self-hating person? So Jen is a self-hating person. What is the problem here? When my kids get the confidence and I can't pay the whole child support. So the bitch is, well, it gotta be 90K by now. Cause she not, so say if the child support is $350 a month. Let's just make up a number. And she's paying $150 a month. It's getting worse and worse by the minute. I'm sorry to make a left turn, y'all, but it's giving Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson quit his job and then complained about how his child support is too high. Justin, was that a calculated move on your part? See, I haven't reacted on that video. I wanted to, but I got a life. Can't get to everything. Justin Jackson is behind on his child support. But y'all calling, this is my thing. Liv out here calling Gerard and Zolo, I'm not Gerard, Zolo and Joey deadbeats, but she can't even pay her fucking child support payment every month, which she could do it, but she does not want to. Understand this is a choice. That's one side of it. If her child support, I don't know how much her child support is, but let's say her child support, I'm just making up a number. Her child support is $500 a month. You're telling me that a bad bitch like you with generational wealth can't pull together $500 a month to get to her kids, but you out here buying iPads and going out to eat at Applebee's and Longhorn every fucking 21st of the month, but your channel's not monetized. You're getting haircuts, but your channel's not monetized. You're buying clothes every month after the 21st, but your channel is not monetized. So y'all still buying that too? Not us, y'all, on Loyalty Gang. They still falling for that bullshit? Girl, stop. Stop it.
And stand up to him, then I will always be here for them. Nothing will ever change that. Ever. Ever. I did not lose visitation. That was another lie. No, that didn't happen. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's been the picture this whole time, that they're the more stable household. I'm insane. I'm psycho. I'm neglectful. And it's all just been lies and misconceptions and different people's perceptions and their own feelings towards me. I don't really care about none of that stuff, you guys. I don't care. I've gone into major debt chasing behind my babies, trying to be in their life. I've put myself in really bad situations. I'm actually looking back on it now, and I've just been through so much, and that's okay. That's all right. He can paint himself out to be the most stable parent or whatever the fuck. And I have so much tea from people, but I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to even say nothing. It doesn't matter. He knows what he does. He knows what he puts my kids through. Okay? He knows. Fuck it. No, I'm going to say it. Why not? He is so unstable mentally. My baby was here telling me shit that my daughter would never even see unless it was him doing it to me. Because I don't care. I don't care if I have a man up and through here playing stepdaddy or whatever. My kids have never seen a man fight with me, a man put his hands on me, nothing like that. My kids come over here telling me that they just witnessed him damn near beating his sister up right in front of them. And that's nothing new. He's been doing shit like that. But I'm just saying, like, when my daughter told me, that just happened like a couple months ago. But he's the more stable parent. No, that man has problems. And they witness so much being there. But it's okay. Like I said, God will handle it. But he knows what he's done. And then you have that lady telling my daughter, don't tell your mom that happened. You weird ass bitch. Why are you telling my daughter what to tell me? That's not okay. My daughter should not see her father choking out her aunt. Literally choking out her aunt. What message does that send my daughter? My baby's crying because they're all drunk. Everyone's drunk. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. That's the type of shit my baby sees over there.
Do I think that domestic violence is funny? No. I think lies are funny. I think making shit up is funny. To support your narrative. I will do anything. Wait a minute.
And stuff will always continue to happen like that.
That's not even the bulk of it. Okay, that's not even the meat and potatoes. She's gonna go even further. And listen to this. She's done this before, but remember that this woman doesn't have a boundary that she will not cross to get a fake ass lie across to the YouTube streets. Listen to this. Now he was choking his sister. Now this girl, this is the thing. She tells lies about stuff that she know we'll never get the receipts on. That's what she does. All right, let's keep going.
Because that's the type of person he is. That's the type of person he is, you guys. And yes, I'm talking about Kimberly. He was choking her out in front of them. In front of all the kids. All the kids. Okay, stop it. Stop. I don't want these balloons over here, baby. And I don't care. You guys can say what you want about me. My babies don't witness men choking women out over here. And no. That's ridiculous. But like I said, it's cool. Shit will happen. Didn't he beat you up too? Yes. He's choked me, pulled me by my hair, done a lot of stupid shit. In front of my kids. Literally. But I'm not saying that I've done things to him too. Okay, I've done things to him too. But I'm just saying, for him to still be doing that type of shit in 2026 to his sister in front of all the kids, all my kids were there, her kids were there. Mind you, this girl just had babies. And he's choking her out and they're fighting. Like, girl, bye. Y'all can have all that weird shit. I'm good. Like I said. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Ty. I did tell them. I think that's the part we don't understand, Liv, is he's in contempt of court, not letting you. He is. Put this down. Put this down, number one, and get down off my chair, number two. He is in contempt of court, but I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm not going to court right now, guys. I'm not. I'm sorry.
So hold on. How is he in contempt of court? And yet she's violating the custody agreement. If she look at her face, she looked like she's been crying the whole 24 hours that she was gone. He's in contempt of court, but she's violating the custody agreement. Now, I'm asking you guys, is that a violation if she's saying she's not going to pick them kids up? Because what I'm starting to believe is she refuses to pick the kids up because she can't communicate with Gerard the way she wants to communicate with Gerard. Bitch, you're not calling the shots. The judge is calling the shots. Remember, the girl has defiant disorder. She cannot follow fucking directions, which is why her life is in shambles. You can live the way you want to live. Nobody's going to try to take that from you. However, the reality is that there must be some portion of conformity in your life for you to be able to function successfully in society. That is the facts. And let's be real. Most people that have a job and keep it are functioning way better than these kind of people. That's just the reality of it. Okay? That is just the fucking facts. If you're not disciplined, you're not on a schedule, you're not oppositional defiant disorder. Yes, Ketcha. If you're not disciplined, you're not on a schedule, you're not doing A, B, and C with your life, your shit is all over the place. That is the whole point of this sector. Do you understand that? Do you understand that these women all ended up in this sector because their shit is all over the place? I'm not saying you can't have your own business. I'm not saying you can't have a YouTube channel. I'm not saying you can't be a content creator. What I'm saying is if you don't have some type of shit in your life in order in a certain way, okay, then it's all going to be all over the place and it's going to be chaotic. She lies about everything but Gerard. Oh, God. Southside been going in all morning. Good morning, sis. Hey, Minnie. Minnie said, I know sometime soon she will be gone from here. She got too much evidence against her for this to go in her favor. That's what I'm saying. At this point, she's going against herself. She's self-destructing. All right. She wants them to take away her rights so she won't be responsible for child support anymore. Oh, yes. Yes, I totally agree with that. That could be one of the angles. Barbara says, I'm sure there's a lot of things that go on in Gerard's household, but it does not have to be the told to Olivia. And I'm sure what goes on in Olivia's household, Gerard knows because Robin tells him. Okay. Men in and out of the door. Her visitation was reduced. She said it in one of her videos. Okay. All right. So let's keep going, y'all.
I'm too big. I'm too pregnant. After I have this baby, I'll handle what I need to handle. Other than that, I'm not doing anything. I'm not stressing myself out anymore.
Just can't do it right now, guys. Remember, Gerard.
Why are you on my desk?
Time to get her life.
No, AJ, stop.
Well, bitch, you had 6 years and ain't shit changed, but you adding more kids to it. I thought you were supposed to be getting your life together, Olivia. Leave me alone, AJ. I'm trying to talk shit about my ex-husband.
You guys say it wasn't him. He didn't do it. The courts did it. The judge did it. Okay, so the judge did that. So I'm not leaving my kids with anybody. If I could, I would take my children and leave and disappear. But then what? I'm gonna go to jail? Fuck.
Mommy, let's go back.
No. We will in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
No, because he has not. No, I'll tell you that confidently. He has not hit Robin. He has not hit any of them in a while because I scared his ass. So I told you guys the last time I came out here. This is when I still lived in Florida. I came out here for Mother's Day. I was staying in a hotel. My daughter, I was giving her a bath. My oldest daughter. I don't remember how old she was. Maybe she was like 10 at the time.
Extra
9.
kids with no
and
need.
she was sitting in the tub soaking. And then she said, "Mommy, come in here."
Listen,
I went
y'all.
in there and she was crying and she was showing me all her bruises where he beat her with a belt all over her legs, her back, everything. And that's when I called CPS. I sure did. I called CPS. Mm-hmm. He hasn't touched her since. That's a girl. You don't do that. Don't put your hands on a girl. I understand that's his daughter, and then on top of it, he did that because of something at school. He didn't even do that because she was harming herself or putting herself in danger. No, you're not gonna beat my baby with no damn belt like she's a man. And he hasn't hit her since. So,
all right. So everybody gets appalled.
And people talk about ringworms at my house. No, but they did get ringworms at his house.
Wait a minute. Everybody want to get appalled when somebody do this and do that, and that's why I already told you I don't give a fuck. Okay, and this is why. They gonna lie regardless. You ain't got no proof regardless. Who sits here and tells a lie so disgusting like this? I do not believe a fuck thing that is coming out of her mouth right now. And she's made this accusation before. And she said, she goes on to say, I called CPS on his ass. I don't know if she already said it or not. But she goes on to say she called CPS on his ass. And her baby had bruises all over her body. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's ridiculous for somebody to go around saying shit like this and nobody can stop them. That's why I refuse to sit up here and lie on people. I do not do that. I'm sorry. I talk shit about them. But what we're not going to do over here at Pine Nation is sit up here and make up lies on bitches. That's weird. It's weird. And the thing is, she's going to lie about a lot of stuff. When it comes to Robin, this is what she does. She lies about stuff that we don't have any receipts on. Because let's think about it. So for this, we can't even get receipts because you can't show that girl body with bruises on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't show that this is Robin and she got bruises on it. She's a child. They can't even provide the receipt. You see what I'm saying? Just like the other thing, where you can't show receipts for that either because your ass going to jail. So that's why I'm saying It's weird shit that goes on out here. Robin gonna get all the blame. And you know what? Robin knows now, just like I said, when she did that shit talking about Antonisha sent those people over here to knock on the door. Robin just said, I'm scared. What she probably was scared for is her mother's mental health. Robin knew better. See, Robin didn't drag Nisha enough after that little play was ran. She wanted that play to ignite Robin into a drag-a-thon of Nisha and for Robin to start telling all Nisha's business. Plenty of nights, plenty of nights, Liv has stayed up and tried to get information out of Robin. Robin probably understands the game. And Robin does not want Robin does not want to upset Liv because she'll have to pay for it. She's in between a rock and a hard place, guys. She can't tell Liv some things that she may want to tell her because she's scared. She's basically walking on eggshells with Liv. She cannot tell Liv certain things. And sometimes she may not be mature enough to understand why Nisha and her dad may say that this needs, because let's be for real. I know people want to go back. Another thing that I'm not with that blame your mom game. I'm going to blame my mom and my dad at 30 years old for everything that I went through. Girl, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not saying that parents can't do stuff to you, but stop it, y'all. Let's take accountability. Let's move the fuck on. Your mother and father 9 times out of 10 did the best they could do. And my point in saying that is when people say what happens in this house stays in this house, they say that for a reason. It's not always covering up abuse. Everything, why do we have to be so extreme with everything? It's not always an extreme case. They may be saying it because don't keep telling my motherfucking business. How about that? So I'm just wondering what is going on with that. This shit is weird. Okay. I think that Robin wasn't dragging Nisha enough. I think that Robin wasn't buying what Liv was putting down. She wasn't picking it up. And that's where we are now. And Liv probably pissed off about it. Liv mad about that shit. I want you to drag her. Just like I told you, it was when it was the Jazz versus Liv. You're not hating Jasmine enough. You're not hating Liv enough. I don't give a fuck. I got my own 3 motherfucking kids to raise. I'm not worried about the Web3. I'm not a child advocate. I'm not none of that shit. I don't have any problems with the kids. I'm not going to go and drag them. I'm just saying that they got to live their life and I got to live mine. And I don't have time to be fucking monitoring other people's shit to that extent. Okay? So let's keep going, y'all. Yeah, because she's playing the blame game right here. Gerard did everything wrong. I'm perfect.
He did. My baby had ringworms all over her body.
Now they got ringworms.
Nice try.
Where did that come from?
No, Palm Island, I'm not going to do research. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care. Like, this whole thing to me from the beginning has been ridiculous because she said, so belt is not, so a belt is okay, but not a spatula. Listen, I use these to scare them. That's what I use these for. Okay, not to beat their ass and leave marks all over their body. No. No, this whole thing has been ridiculous from the jump. He got my kids off of technicalities, off of me not having a lawyer, and that's just that on that. And since that has happened, girl,
that was not a technicality. That was because you did not fight because you thought it was a joke. Chrissy came on this platform. I don't know whoever remembers, y'all know who y'all are. Chrissy came on this platform and she literally made a video. And she said why I lost custody of, what was her son name with the C? I can't, Cash. And she said, one thing I'm going to tell you is you better get a lawyer. That's the first thing that came out of Chrissy's mouth because Chrissy thought the same thing. And Chrissy was nowhere near what Liv is going through. But Chrissy was leaving town, going to move to another state, and her baby daddy did not want her to leave another state with his son. So he fought for his son and he got custody of Cash. And even though their situations are totally different, my thing is, the first thing Chrissy will tell you, you better get a lawyer, because whoever has the lawyer is going to probably win the custody. Okay? Liv didn't have a lawyer because she thought it was a fucking joke, but Liv thinks everything is a joke. She don't take the lives of her children that are in her custody seriously. She don't take her life seriously. She don't take STDs seriously. She don't take baby daddy seriously. She don't take education seriously. She thinks everything is a joke. She wants everything done her way. The fucking world does not revolve around Olivia. And if you got to still explain that to a 35-year-old woman, it's over. After a certain point, people are going to be who they are going to be. And we're just going to talk shit about it. I don't care about it no more, y'all. It's been going on forever. I just lost the care part. I don't care. I'm not a social worker. It is what it is. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Like I said, this is all a game. This is all a game to him, you guys. And I'm not going to play with it anymore. I'm not going to go back and forth with him anymore. I'm not. If that makes me a horrible person, then it's okay. I know that God will handle it at the end of the day, because it's not right. The kids don't deserve it. Like I always say, you guys can think whatever you guys want about me. I'm the biggest bitch in the world, but my kids still deserve to have me in their life. You know? The difference between discipline and being a child. Well, I think a little girl, and my baby is darker than my son. You know what I mean? My baby she's pretty brown skin. So for Robin to have noticeable bruises, like you can see the full-on fucking belt in her skin, those had to be some horrible hits.
Still going on.
And when I tell you, that motherfucker would have never, ever touched my daughter in my fucking presence, he would have been laid out. Because I don't play that shit. Yes, he can discipline his son, but I don't believe in a man, unless she does something crazy. You know what I mean? But as far as like, no. What the fuck is that teaching her? That men could put their hands on her? That's acceptable? I don't even want to talk about it because it pisses me off.
Then she says it was, see, y'all guys, I'm not buying this whole story. She says it was because something happened in school. Huh? Do y'all really believe? I mean, I don't know. Some people might believe it. I don't believe one word of this fucking story. She just wants to throw somebody under the bus because she's been dragged and toe tagged in these YouTube streets. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys for hanging in to the end. All right, I'm about to be on my way to work. Guys, make sure you please hit the thumbs up on your way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Y'all think it's a game. So when I'm not upset, you guys don't get the reaction that you guys want. Now you're mad? What are you guys mad at? You guys are doing this. You guys are calling CPS and falsely reporting. And now, oh, she thinks it's a game. No, you stupid, you know what, think it's a game. But it's not a game. It's never a game when you play with Olivia. Like, it's never a game. You guys lose, I win. You guys lose, I win. You guys lose, I win.
You guys lose, I win.